Is wine better than bread yeast is a subjective question. I've heard numerous homebrewers adamant on one side or the other on this topic, but I just don't feel strong about it yet. I've used both wine and bread yeast, but I've never done something controlled enough to decide for myself. Different brews sometimes require different yeast, and bread yeast would not hold a candle in brewing outside of wine, so I will pick something that should be both accessible and give bread yeast a good chance of competing. I settled on apple juice over grape juice just because, well, I wanted some cider. I think going into this that bread yeast will provide a unique flavor in something like cider, but not necessarily a worse flavor. I'm going to rack and bottle the wine yeast and one bread yeast as normal. As for the other bread yeast cider, I'm going to cold crash it and really try to make it as pure as possible. This is because bread yeast is the main complaint of those opposed to bread yeast in wines, so I wanted to see if there was measures one can take to reduce the yield but increase the flavor. But in the end, the answer is more for me, because